Well, we have here a couple of dual output systems with some facial recognition
Yes.
tracking hardware, which basically looks at the distinguishing between male and female, triggering appropriate content based on the information it's gathering. So it distinguishes between male and female, triggers the appropriate playlist based on the gender, and then tracks time that individual was looking at the screen. So, it's useful for data logging as well as instant response with media as well. So you can go back to the client, and the client may have an advertiser on the screen that wants to know why their ad did not show up for more than 7 or 8 times per day, and if it's set to only trigger at the point that a male or female was there, then you can go back and qualify that with some real-time data based on what that's grabbing for you.
That sounds like television, almost.
Almost.
All right, now, so TechMedia itself, you guys are across a number of areas, so how would you describe what you're doing?
Essentially, our main protocol is the distributors to Scala in Australia. We've been involved for the better part of 17 years in various sections of the industry. We provide a lot of the ancillary mechanisms that go along with digital signage, middleware integration in between other companies' systems, so integration to things like CMS, even down to something as simple as providing an easier way of getting data on the screen. So whilst we distribute Scala, we actually build a lot of systems that enable customers to use the power of Scala without actually ever touching it. So to give you an example, Sofitel in Brisbane had a booking system. They just wanted that booking information to show up on the screen when they're in front of their events rooms. They just used their events as normal. We created a piece of middleware that interacted between their booking system and the Scala interface. And that information ascertained when their particular event was on, who was on that event at that point. That was half an hour before the event, would show it on the appropriate screen for the duration of the event, and bring it down and go back to marketing information. And all this was done completely seamlessly and unawares to the banquet staff and the booking staff at the hotel. So that's where our main focus is providing not only the software that powers it all, but the customised versions to make the process a little bit easier. We also are involved with hardware side of things, whether it be like the playback mechanisms or ancillary products like this for triggering and proximity. The benefit that Scala has is the duration in the industry, even before there really was an industry as such. And like the base of installs that we can draw across at the point that we need to roll something out. We've got a very big resource pool that we can call upon should a particular request be made. And I think that translates to a lot of information out there about Scala.
Okay. Now, you mentioned the quick players over here. What can you talk us through those?
Well, look, traditionally your options in digital signage is you get everything, and then you have your content management system, and it's up to the end user at that point to support the server and the complexities of running that system and maintaining that system. Where there's a market in the industry that really doesn't want to be involved in that area. They want like almost a shrink-wrap version where they can rock in, buy one or many players, install them in the location, and just log on to something in the sky. And that's where Quick Connect comes in. It's a managed hosted solution, and there's a couple of options within that range that allows you basically the end user to log on and manage their customer and set their customer up how they want without the necessity to manage the entire project themselves.
And that's obviously for organisations who don't have the IT resources or
don't have them or don't particularly want to utilise them. I mean,
it's not their core business.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, there's sometimes resistance to run servers within the bounds of traditional IT infrastructure, and the IT people may not necessarily like that idea. Taking it outside of that network and having it hosted somewhere else also alleviates that problem. So it's not only a low-end solution, it's also an alternate solution to a problem that exists, within infrastructures within large companies.
Okay. Right. Now, if people want to get hold of you guys, what do they need to do?
They can jump on to
ConnectedSignage.tv.
ConnectedSignage.com.au, sorry about that.
Or TechMedia.com.au. All right. Fabulous.
And in fact, there's a new website for Quick Connect as well, called QIKconnect.com.au, and they can find us that way as well.